Yay.
Woo.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's Lauren's birthday.
It's my birthday.
Except
I'm
not.
a
Oh,
little
sorry.
tipsy.
You're a little tipsy. Tell the world what you had, Lauren.
Honey, she had a margarita, of
A
course.
margarita, of course. Lauren only drinks margaritas when she drinks.
Correct. Actually, when we were at the pool, before we went to dinner, I had I had two mojitos, but they made them with tequila for me instead of rum because I wanted
Um,
tequila.
so they were mint margaritas.
Yeah, basically. It was
Oh my
great.
God. Wait, that sounds so
It
good.
was really yummy.
Now I also really want a mojito or
Yeah.
four.
I love them in anything,
Oh my
so.
God, there's a bug flying around. It's fine. I think it was just a little fly. Yesterday, oh my God, we're gonna circle back but that just reminded me. Yesterday I was driving home from the Diary of Anne Frank, and there was a firefly trapped in my car.
Aw.
Yeah, it was
That's
really
that's so northeast summer of you.
it
I
was
love
so
it.
precious until I was like on 280 going 65 miles an hour, the speed limit, and exactly the speed limit. And it would like firefly in front of my face, and I'd be like, oh, it would light up.
Yeah, yeah. You ever think that like when a bug gets trapped in your car, do you ever feel bad because you feel like you're taking it away from its home and its family and it's never gonna get back?
No, my thought was like, it's gonna die in here, it's gonna die in here, it's gonna die in here, which I guess is like the same thing, but no, I was like, then I will have a bug carcass in my car. That was my thought, a bug carcass. But the but what I did was when I stopped, because then I was in like 25 minutes of traffic getting into Jersey City. I literally was like, fuck you, Route 139, going to Jersey City and Hoboken.
Mm-hmm.
And I was basically in bumper to bumper. So I just let it go.
Let it go.
I pushed down, let it go. But it's your birthday, and do you want to tell the fair world what you don't have to tell the fair world what you did for your birthday?
Yeah, I hung out with some friends at a got a day pass to a pool at a fancy hotel in neighboring city to where I live, and then we went out to dinner afterwards.
That's so cryptic.
No one needs to know where I live.
Nobody needs to know where you live. I know where you live. I have
Those
your home address.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. There are people who have my home address in ways that I didn't expect.
No,
But
no.
the world doesn't need to know.
The world doesn't need to know who has your home address
Or what my home address is.
or what your home address is. It
Yeah.
is somewhere in the United States.
Correct. I will give you that.
Thank
Uh,
you.
um keeping it cryptic. Welcome to Friends Who Can Do Both.
Well, we can do both.
Welcome to Get Friends Who Can Do Both. We can
Lauren
do
can do
both.
drunk and I can do sober. But that's the fault today.
I'm not drunk. I am just a titch not sober.
Oopsie. I like, do you know the wedding singer Saturday Night in the City? Saturday Night in the City. But then Holly, who's like she is the sexually open cousin to the lead Julia. I didn't want to say
Mm-hmm.
slutty. I didn't call her slutty, guys. I think I have to put explicit on this now that I said slutty, right? Do I have to put the little E rating
We
on?
should be putting the E rating anyway because I think we curse like a
Oh
lot.
shit, I've never done that. Okay, I'm gonna put it on every single one from
It sh-
now.
I think just to be safe to cover our asses,
Okay.
but like
Okay, but she is literally I think in my I haven't seen the show in like 12 years, but I'm pretty sure she's like trying to hit on Robbie who's the Adam Sandler character, and for those of you who don't know, and the big act 1 finale, and someone asks her a question like, are you whatever, how many drink whatever, I don't know, and she's like, I'm not drunk, I'm hammered.
good for her.
Sung by the beautiful Amy Spanger in the original Broadway cast album. I think it's Amy Spanger.
I don't know who Amy Spanger is, so I believe
No,
you.
she was married to the guy who was Dexter.
Oh,
Michael Hall, is that his name?
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're together anymore.
Oh,
I feel like I know too much about because I was watching 6 Feet Under
my
about a year
mom
and a
loved
half
that
ago.
show. My mom,
It was good. It
yeah.
was good. Should we get into it? I'm so sorry. I just derailed us.
This is just who we are.
This is
But
who we
yeah,
are.
welcome to Friends Who get friends who could do both.
Get,
Can't forget the get.
you don't forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. That sounded like I felt like I was going to go into something musical theater and I didn't remember.
Oh my God. Okay,
Don't
welcome
forget me.
everyone.
Yeah. Hello. We're coming to you live on Lauren's birthday, but this will be posted on not Lauren's birthday.
Correct, because that's only one day a year, I fear.
Yeah. I mean, actually it will be posted. Just kidding. I lied because we're in different time zones and I will schedule this to be posted when it is still Lauren's birthday in her time zone.
Correct.
I fear the world will have a better sense of your address.
That's okay. A time zone is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't.
Good.
My address is not fine. Insane.
So just kidding. We can do both. We can do hosting during Lauren's birthday and not Lauren's birthday simultaneously.
Time zones are crazy.
The bothers are both they are like bothing out of their minds right now.
Out of their minds.
Is that what our fans are called? The
I mean,
bothers?
that's what you called them the first episode. I still hate it.
I know. We had a sold out crowd at the Diary of Anne Frank today. We have 3 more production performances. Come see me in the Diary of Anne Frank next week. I will give you that address. It is at 1130 Knoll Road in Boonton, New Jersey. Because if you're gonna come, you have to know
You
where the
gotta
theater
know.
is. You
Yeah.
have to know where the theater is. I'm in it next week. But we had a sold out crowd today, and the bathroom is like not backstage, so I like don't get dressed till the last possible moment. And I walked in, and it was the lobby was full, and I walked in, and I was like, guys, we have so many fan Franks.
Fan Franks is crazy.
Crazy.
Oh my God. That's a
And
good
I'm
one, though.
Jewish, so I can say that.
Yeah, of course.
We actually get into it. I'm sorry. I keep being like, should we get into it? And then I derail us.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So, time for serious
Today.
today. So, Mikey, when we were planning this episode, Mikey's like, "What do you want to do? We're recording on your birthday. Like, what sounds good to you?" And I decided to propose one of the most unhinged serious topics. It's not unhinged. It's so in the zeitgeist right now. It's
But it's
insane.
so unhinged because I'm so morally opposed to the fact that people even think it exists.
Yeah. So, and I am actually so freaking interested in hearing Mikey's take. So, because this is something I've been aware about for a while, and have been educating myself on for a while. I feel like you can't avoid it, especially as a liberal white woman. So, because we are the enemy in this situation. So our serious topic is the male loneliness epidemic.
Let it be known if you're just listening to us and not watching us. Air quotes. Lauren's using air quotes.
Male loneliness epidemic.
I'm morally opposed to the fact as a cisgender heterosexual white man who is Ivy League educated, and I firmly believe that this is not a real thing.
Right out the bat, right out the gate, Mikey is taking his stance.
It's not a real. I'm looking at, and I was reading about, and I had never heard of it because I guess it's the people who I don't know, which I think I heard it first, and I was like, oh, is it just like people in the incel community? Oh, is it just no, just people, men think they're lonely.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Make a friend.
Okay, so I watched a video podcast on this
Please tell us.
a few months ago probably. I think it was that guy who has like the Diary of a CEO podcast. Simply don't know his name. This is a
I don't
British
know.
guy.
Diary of Anne Frank CEO podcast.
Correct. So he had two different people on there having this conversation. One of them, I don't remember either of their names. I'm doing a great job. It's my birthday. Give me some grace.
Friends who
But
do both drunk and sober.
so, the woman on there, I don't know if this is for the folks who know, there's like a Netflix series in the past year where it was like dating for like older people basically. It's like it was like like the 50 plus. It was like a 50 plus dating show, and there was like a woman who was like a dating expert who basically like helped them out through this. Well, this woman was on this podcast about the male loneliness epidemic, which I
Oh my
thought
God, what
was
did she say?
interesting. Oh, she says so many things. This was a long podcast. It was like hours long. I listened to it. But there was like a lot of discussion around how um the the way that society has been structured for forever at this point is that men had the power, women needed men to get along in society. They needed the men for stability, for security, all those sorts of things.
I hate the patriarchy.
Hate the patriarchy. Which she brought up some statistics that basically show that in today's day and age, essentially women do not need men in the same way anymore. Women are more educated than men are at this point in our country.
More women are going to college.
Yep, and graduating college, and so more women have more and higher educations than men, and they make their own money. The women are getting to a point where men are not a necessity for survival anymore. So a woman only wants a man if they're going to provide for them in a different way than men have traditionally provided. So it's no longer financial providing, it's emotional providing. It is, they want someone who is emotionally open, emotionally available, emotionally intelligent, someone who is going to be there for them and support them. That is a big ask for a bunch of men who were told, hey, if you just like get a job and make money, you'll be able to find a wife and you'll take care of your family, and that's all you need to do, and you don't have to have any other accountability or do anything else. So
That's garbage fire.
it is garbage fire. So
Yeah.
we are seeing that there is a large group of men who are not willing to put in any effort to look inside, become in touch with their own emotions, which they have been told to avoid at all costs. Basically, they have been conditioned that way. They basically, a whole group of men are basically, men as a whole are being asked to work on themselves and become better people. And a lot of them are resistant to that.
Do the effing work.
Yes, and women are just not going to take any guy. They want a man who is working on himself. They want a man who goes to therapy. They want a man who is in touch with his emotions. They want a man who can bring more to the table as a person. And women are not compromising because men are not a necessity for them anymore. So then you get a thing where it's like, well, if you don't adapt, you're kind of fucked. But there's a lot of men who are stubborn and won't adapt, so then they become isolated. Women do not want to date them because they're not the type of man that today's women need and want. And so, but then they can't take personal responsibility and accountability, so then they blame other people. They blame women. They blame other people. They will not work on themselves. They won't ever admit that they are part of the problem. And then add on top of the fact that we had COVID happen, and we all got used to not leaving our houses and not meeting people in real life. And then you add in like red pill content on social media, and then you have this like perfect storm of men who do not want to change and are stubborn and think that the way that they are is fine. And then they are not going out and meeting people and making real human connections. And then all their thoughts and feelings are being reinforced on the internet. And it's causing dangerous situations. They're creating their own loneliness, I fear.
it's like the algorithm. It's the you're creating your it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I like I said, like when I was looking into this, I was like, oh, like is it just incels? No, it's like every people are complaining they don't have these men are complaining they can't find male friends. They're complaining they can't find any friends. They have nobody to talk to. I This is so crazy because I'm not like a Reddit person, but my employer once told me he thought I was like a Reddit person. I was like, I'm not a Reddit person. Don't catch me on the discussion boards. But I found this Reddit post, this guy in his early 30s, 4 months ago. He said, the male loneliness epidemic is a self pitying problem and there's an easy solution. He literally was like, just go outside and talk to somebody.
Literally. Literally.
Literally.
I'm like, get out of your own fucking way. I know we're all conditioned to be hide behind our computers, but like, take a fucking risk. Like,
Make a
just
friend.
make a friend, get out there. Um, Join a pickleball league.
Join a pickleball league. And
That
like the
that's how I
goal.
made my friends.
Exactly. Lauren moved to a new place, made all these friends. I still won't tell you her address. The
But I made them through pickleball.
exactly. The what was I going to say? It doesn't have to be, and like something like men are general. I mean, obviously, I don't want to generalize for the entire male gender, but like I feel like with men too, it's often like men, the stereotype is that we're just looking for sex. And like it's just like don't think about that. Just like make a friend. Just
Make a friend.
like don't have an ulterior motive. Be on this. I don't know. I don't know what more I can say about this. You probably can say more intelligent things than me about this right now. Because I think this is just such bullshit. And like the what was it? It was like, oh my God, who was it? According to a Pew survey, this was in February 17th, 2025. I'll put this in the show notes. NPR put out a podcast called The Men's Loneliness Epidemic Might Not Exist. And I was doing Anne Frank, so I read it. I didn't listen to the podcast. And it was like, it's a 16 or 19-minute listen. And I read it and I was like, I read this in 4 minutes. So I don't know why it's a 19-minute listen, but the it said according to a recent Pew survey, 16% of men say they're lonely all or most of the time, but 15% of women,
And you don't see us bitching on the internet about it.
no.
No. Many I listen. I have had many times of being lonely. I have friends and now I have friends and I am in this new town and city I live in and I still get lonely. I get lonely because I do not have a partner and that is okay. But like some you got to just like figure it out. Like I think loneliness is kind of part of the human experience, I think. And like you us women are just going to not pity ourselves and we're just going to be resourceful and be like, "Okay, well I'm feeling lonely, so let me call a friend or let me read a book or let me take a bath or let me go to the gym. Let me take a walk at sunset." Like we just try to do anything we can.
Your time. It's like almost like I had my fourth grade teacher always used to say, or maybe it was my fourth, I think it was my fourth grade teacher. She would say, if you're bored, if you tell me that you're bored, well, then you're a boring person.
Ooh,
Like that's what like figure out something to do with your time. Like it's how do you know? It's almost like how do you know happiness if you don't know sadness?
exactly. You have to know both sides of the same coin.
Yeah,
Like it's just kind of part of what this life is and not being willing to like sit in that discomfort and just kind of and not try and fix it for yourself and just kind of bitch about it or complain about it. That's not a great way to go about it, I fear.
it's not a good way to cope.
No. And like I think too, I think a big thing is like men and women are equally as lonely, but I do think that men are socialized in a way when they're growing up that does not encourage them to make deep, meaningful connections with their male friends.
Nope.
And that is all women do. Women, it is all about deep, meaningful connections. We create community amongst ourselves. That's why women are so powerful, is that like we are able to hold space for each other and empathize and share and be vulnerable and create these communities where we lift each other up. So when we're lonely, we have an outlet. We have places to go and people to go to talk about what we're going through. And it men have been raised traditionally in this way of do not show your emotions, do not, like, do not rely on other people, like, do all these different things that ends up creating a situation where men have these surface level friendships and they can't talk about anything deep and serious with each other. And so they're probably going to feel the loneliness even deeper because they don't know how to get out of their own ways, leave the patriarchy behind, and like take a second to connect with another human and
You're allowed to open up.
yeah, open up and discuss what they're going through and have someone listen, another male listen to them, validate their experiences, validate their feelings, and give them the support they need. We're all humans. We all need that.
We all have emotion. Who cares if it's not macho? Who cares if you're with your buddies and you're watching football and like not, I mean, male sports are some of the most homoerotic things on this planet. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're scared, if you're a lonely straight man saying that you're lonely and you're macho and whatever, da da da, my sentence is not making sense, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're like football and wrestling and rugby are so homoerotic. And if that's what you're machoing about, like you can share your effing feelings and like not to make judgments as a heterosexual man. I'm not trying to like make judgments on like any, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's what you're scared of because you're homophobic, like don't be.
Please. Ugh. Well, here's something that's interesting as well. I will find the article. I think it was originally, what was it originally posted in? Cosmo, something like that. I can't remember. I will find it. There is an amazing journalist. Also, I can't remember her name right now.
That's okay.
She has worked for many major magazines. She in 2024, she was trying to cover the presidential race, and she was having a hard time getting, because think the politics have become so divisive in this country. She was having a hard time getting people to have honest and open conversations with her about their beliefs, where they stand, things like that. And she's based in New York City. So she ended up having this idea that she decided to go on conservative specific dating apps. They do exist.
Wow.
She went undercover
Oh my
as
God, I
a
love Kim
woman,
Possible.
right?
Kim
As
Possible can do it all.
she was she went undercover as a woman who was looking for a ultra conservative evangelical Christian nationalist MAGA man, essentially. What she found was fascinating. Once we find this article, we'll put it in the show notes. But one thing that she spoke about on this podcast I listened to her, where she was talking about her work, and this is the second time I've heard a story like this, that basically, because men do not make connections, she was one of the guys she went on a date with or whatever brought her to a meeting. I forget really what the term was, but it was basically a meeting of
White
um
nationalists?
yeah, basically like and she was like, it was basically just a bunch of men sitting around bitching about their wives and girlfriends.
Oh my God.
She was like, none of them were talking about anything racist. They weren't talking about any of these things. But she was like, it ended up being this forum where these men sit down and they come here under the guise to talk about their political views. And it ends up being a group therapy session where they're all talking. And she's like, and listen, it wasn't a good thing. Like, this one guy was talking about how, like, his girlfriend wouldn't quit her job and like and be stay at home and all these things because this is what these
She is
people
allowed
want.
to be employed.
This is what these people want. They want women who do not work. They want to have a bunch of children. They want to have a homestead. They want their children homeschooled. Like, there was a lot in there
This is
that she
not The
found
Handmaid's
out,
Tale.
but they want it to be. So basically,
Disgusting.
he's like, she won't listen to me. She won't let me lead. She won't follow me. She won't quit her job and all this stuff. And she's like, basically, I sat there and these men listened to him and started giving him advice. She's like, but the advice they were giving him was basically ways to emotionally abuse and manipulate his girlfriend.
No.
Yes. I was like,
No.
oh my God. It was is fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating. But like, that's the thing, is like, that is why so many young men, I think, are becoming radicalized to Christian nationalism through red pill content, because they find a community of men where they all end up feeling like they have been left behind and they are victimized. Especially, a lot of them say they feel like they were left behind by the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party no longer cared about their interests. They care more about the interests of white women, black people,
People who
people
have
of
been
color.
oppressed
Yeah,
for the last
all the people who have been oppressed.
for
Yes.
all of human history. When,
Yes.
as a white man, I ask, when have white men ever been oppressed?
I would love to know that
I would love to
myself.
know
I
too.
would love to know, but
I would
they think that they are
never.
victims. Yeah.
You're
So
not victims.
no.
I promise you.
So then they are like, well, we feel forgotten about. So then they start to radicalize online with this super misogynistic content, and that it just pushes them towards like Christian nationalism. And even if they didn't grow up super Christian or anything like that, all because it's like a community for them where they feel like they are seen and accepted. It's bonkers.
No, that's literally that. It's a cult.
Yes.
It's a cult.
Yes, I agree. And there is and keep in mind, this woman was dating these men in New York City. The amount of closeted
That's crazy.
Christian nationalist men in New York City is shocking. Obviously,
Supposed to be one of the most liberal places in the
yes.
world.
Well, and then the funny thing is too is that these men are not stupid in the fact that they know it is not socially accepted, especially in New York City, for them to be Christian nationalists. So, because they understand the importance of keeping up their social connections and their social circles in real life, or their in at work or whatever. So they have learned how to mask and with their friends, so all their friends think that they're liberal. They know the right things to say, or they purposefully make their friends think that they're liberal, and then they go home at night and they get online and they spew hatred.
I hate that. I simply hate that.
And I fear that you and I know someone who is like this, and he has been this way for years.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking
Do
about.
you think?
I
I was
think I
like,
know
I was
exactly
like,
who you're.
I was like, we can't get into details on this
We
podcast,
can't get into the
but
details in this podcast.
but there is someone that we both know who has a bunch of liberal friends and presents liberal and works in a liberal environment, but goes home and writes some really awful, horrible things online. So, and has been since, honestly, for at least 5 years,
Wow.
if not longer. Yeah, for a long
Wow.
time. For a long time.
That's heinous.
Yes, and this person, one of his, obviously it's a man, one
Yeah.
of his closest male friends is is a quite liberal man.
It's astounding to me.
Yeah.
It's astounding to me because I mean a lot of things. Like I said, I don't think it exists. No such thing. Make a fucking friend. I am putting the E on this one, even if I forgot to put it on all the rest of them. But it's just like, why are you spewing this hatred? Because you need to feel a sense of like, and whatever, liberal versus conservative, whatever. I'm not getting into that right now. I simply want to state everyone is equal and deserves equality. And that's what this is about. I don't give a shit right now, Democrat, Republican, whatever. It's just, why do you think you are so much better than literally anybody else? We're all people, and you know what? You're based on the situations and circumstances of your parents and your conception. You are in whatever body and whatever physical being that you were given at that moment of conception. Like, what?
It's a fucking genetic lottery. Like,
Yeah,
this is not you, or you just won the genetic lottery, quote unquote, because you happen to have been born a cis het white man, and that you think that entitles you to not having to do the work and be the same type of person everyone else on this earth has to be who doesn't fall into that category.
you're not better than everyone else.
No, you literally do not know the struggles that any of us go through
I
who
don't
are,
know the struggles. I am fortunate that I don't know the struggles, but I'll admit to that.
yeah, and the struggles I go through as a white woman are not as bad as the struggles that black women go through,
Mm-hmm.
that queer people go through. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, but I am in a minority, and I
Mm-hmm.
do have to deal with the bullshit of men and their fucking patriarchal bullshit.
Just like stop. Like so many societies, like a lot of Native American societies were matriarchal, right?
Mm. Yes.
A lot of African societies,
Yes.
especially pre 1619,
Mm-hmm.
very matriarchal.
Yeah.
Like it's just white men who want to come in and ruin everything.
Yeah, so basically these white men have apparently forever have just always been insecure and apparently as a whole insecure and threatened by powerful women, and they felt like, well, uh, uh, we can't be as smart as them, or we can't be as together, or we don't can't connect like they can, so we're going to use the one thing that we have over them to force them into submission, and that is physical strength.
Fucking A. As I hate to keep being like I am a white man and I am fortunate in that I have never had to experience a lot of this. But the I mean I don't like the way I just said that. Like a lot of like I have never, based on my gender and my race, my ethnicity, I have never experienced any what was I going to say? I've never experienced anything because of negative because of that, fortunately. And I realize that I'm in a fortunate, privileged position. And I hope, as a white heterosexual man, that I've always said I want to end up like when I am married, whatever, if and when I'm ever married, I would love to be with a woman who is smarter than me. I would love to be with a woman who is a better personality than I do. Like I want to be challenged intellectually, socially, mentally. I want to be challenged. I don't want to, that's no fun. Like if you just want to like go to your job, make a few bucks, come home and have your wife make dinner for you, I don't get it. Like that sounds so boring. I want to have fun, intellectual conversations. I want to show up to a party and know that like my significant other is overshadowing me. Like I would love that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is that I think what I hasn't been touched on yet, and like to that point, is that there it is this is causing the changes in how in our society and how women are stanced and everything. We are seeing, I think, two distinct splits in men. Okay, so we
Mhm.
have the group of men who are like you, who are a little more evolved, who value those things and who are willing to put in work, who are you know self-aware, not so, or not, um excuse me, I had to burp.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. um they're not these macho assholes.
Yeah.
And I think what we're seeing in a lot of ways is an extinction event. If you do not if you do not evolve and grow into someone who is going to be have the traits that are now becoming valued in our society, you will not find a mate, you will not be reproducing, and your kind is going to eventually be gone from this planet.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, me too. TBH. Like, because there's no reason to be passing on this antiquated way of thinking to new generations at this point.
No.
And that is, I think, too, there is a whole bunch of men in this country who are insecure, who, like I said, are not willing to do the work and look inward and work on themselves. And they are doing everything they can to try and maintain power because they feel it slipping away from them. And that is why we are seeing our country slide into the deep, dark hole of fascism.
I hate fascism.
Because we've got a bunch of emotionally immature, insecure assholes who are clinging tightly to any type of control that they can because they are so insecure that they feel threatened by other human beings that are not like them. So,
Embrace diversity.
please, I beg.
Like
It's what makes us
literally,
great. It's what makes us great.
literally.
So, it's kind of like, okay, well, y'all are a bunch of dummies, and I'm like, you can't get out of your own way. And um so you're going to try and force us, and we are in I think, a turning point for society.
I hope so.
And there is a group of people, same type of people, who would say that there's a male loneliness epidemic. um these people are the ones that are trying to force us into the past because they are no longer relevant in the future.
To quote the prophet Elsa from Frozen, the past is in the past. Let it go. Let it go.
Thank you, Adele Dazeem.
The past is in... No, that wasn't it. That wasn't her. That was more like Cher.
Yeah, with a little bit of your
Or not Cher.
Jennifer Samard.
Oh yeah, Jennifer Smarts. Oh yeah, Cher. Who else? Celine Dion.
Celine.
um,
Titan-
Celine. Oh yeah.
Titanic.
Did it close or is it still going?
They have set a closing date out. I think it's closed. I don't know. I
Oh
simply
no.
don't know.
Whatever. What we're saying is don't be a misogynistic asshole. The male loneliness epidemic does not exist because you just need to go out and make a fucking friend.
And I think with that, that's all we need to say about this, because I don't think it deserves any more time
No, you
than
know how
that.
we feel. You know how we feel.
Yeah, we know how we feel,
We're not
and
apologizing.
and so for all the men out there, us women are powerful, and we know what we want. We don't need your money anymore. We don't need to deal with your bad behavior because we don't need you to survive in this society anymore. So get your shit together. And if you get your shit together, then maybe we'll want to mate with you. And maybe we will want to get married to you. And maybe you won't be so lonely. So how about you start with yourself first?
That's actually so fun how you're always like serious. Like Warner was totally a male loneliness epidemic man.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he was.
This is perfect. Warner, male loneliness epidemic man. Emmett, next generation man.
Next gen.
He came from hard beginnings, but he did not let it define him. He did not. He had, I quote, he grew up in the Roxbury slums with his mom and a series of bums, men, a what is the word?
Guys who showed me
The
all the
type of
ways a
man,
man
yeah, the type of
can
man
fail.
that fails, yeah, all the ways a man can
Yeah.
fail.
Got
So
through law school. Sorry.
he had terrible role models, and yet he still did not let that define him. And he works his ass off, goes to law school at Yale,
Harvard.
Harvard. Whoops.
That's
Like
like the whole point of Legally Blonde
I
is
know.
Harvard.
Listen, I've been drinking. I'm sorry. They're
She
both
admits it.
they're both good law schools. Okay. Um, the he's at the top law school in the country essentially, and um, he's helping Elle out. He sees the good in people. He has a moral compass. Like there's just
It's the bare minimum.
it is the bare minimum, but
Like,
he's a lovely, kind man that is a safe space and is trustworthy.
I have to say too, in all of these, not only can we learn from our prophet Elwoods, but I don't know why I keep calling them prophets, but
I'll take it.
Elwoods, I mean, she also she realized Emmett was the kind of guy for her. There are so many movies where like the girls think they want like the ultra masculine, macho, whatever, and then they end up with their like little nerdy friend.
Mm-hmm. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. I have never been the one. I have never been the one, and maybe this is because I do theater, but I have never been the one who wants the macho man. I am turned off by it. I do not think it's cute. I do not want an alpha. I do not want someone who wants to fight. I do not want someone who has rage issues. I want someone who's in touch with their emotions. I want someone who knows how to be vulnerable. And that often ends up looking more like quote unquote a beta. But that's not derogatory in my estimation. And the the super alpha people tend to be more toxic.
No, there's nothing wrong, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being super macho and masculine, but like, don't be a piece of shit.
Don't be a piece of shit. But the super macho ones have they have a way of being a piece of shit, I fear.
They do. I just dropped the little thing from my pen. I don't know where it went.
Oh no.
Oh my
Please
God, the world
hold.
needs to know. No, it's fine. I'll find it later.
Okay.
Sorry. I am always playing with something in my hands.
Gotta get him a fidget spinner.
No, I really do need a fidget spinner. I didn't mean to interrupt that. That was very important.
No, it's okay.
We're
But no,
fighting the patriarchy here.
we're trying. Because I hate it.
I hate the patriarchy.
I hate it.
I
Okay.
hate it. Cool.
That's it.
Woo! Now that you got that from us, we vehemently hate the patriarchy. Sha la 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 lo. Sha
La
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 la.
la 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 la.
Okay, this is a crazy, crazy topic. And it's so niche, but it's so in our cultural zeitgeist. And by our, I mean just me and Lauren. So if you know anything about Lauren, you don't know her address, one, but two, you know that her favorite television show is Gilmore Girls.
Correct.
Not the Gilmore Girls. They removed the at the very beginning, right? Isn't that true?
It's cleaner.
It's cleaner now. It's just Gilmore Girls, starring Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel
Mm-hmm.
and our Lord and Savior Kelly Bishop.
Yes.
And the and if you know anything about the Gilmore Girls, or excuse me, about Gilmore Girls, I know that was bad. I like Gilmore Girls. I know someone who was on it, but that's a later date. You know anything about Gilmore Girls, you know that they have this really fun neighbor named Babette. And she's just like fun, and she lives with her like kooky little husband, or kooky, really tall husband. What is his name? Maury?
Maury. Yeah,
Maury.
He's a jazz pianist.
He's a jazz pianist, Maury. And there's Babette. I don't know what she does. Does she not do anything?
I don't think she has a job.
She doesn't have a
No.
job, but she's empowered.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to say that?
She's definitely empowered.
Okay, I'm allowed to say that now.
Yeah, of course.
She's empowered. She's not just like staying at home like those men in the earlier segment we talked about wanted their wives to do. and their girlfriends. So she plays Babette, and she's probably most famous for being Babette, Sally Struthers, right? Oh, did I say Sally Struthers' name
No,
yet?
no,
Oh,
now
Sally
yeah.
Struthers. Woo! She's played by Sally Struthers. She's most famous for that, right?
I would say she is most famous for Babette, though the people in the know that this woman is a very accomplished theater actress as well.
We love that. We love treading the boards.
Yes, I actually know many, not many, but a handful of people who have done professional shows with her.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Sally Struthers, let's do a show together. Me, you, and Lauren. We're gonna do it.
I love it.
Let's do it. And Sally Struthers was once fat shamed by America's grandmother, Betty White.
Insane.
Insane.
One
Rest
of
in
the
peace, Betty
most
White.
one of the most insane headlines, and it just really was the middle of the Venn diagram for me, and I was like, we gotta talk about
We
this.
have to do it. So I kind of wish I could screen share this with, I mean, I can screen share this with you right now, Lauren, but
Okay.
our audio listeners cannot look. It's almost like I'm looking at the CNN article, which maybe I'll read because it's like 3 lines long.
Yeah.
But like I'm looking at these pictures of them side by side, and they literally look like they could be sisters.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
TVH.
Yeah. The big blue eyes, the crazy look. They have the same nose,
Yeah.
the lipstick. They actually have like the same frame. So it's kind of crazy that Betty White fat shamed Sally Struthers.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna read this. So it's
Okay.
from CNN. It was Thursday, January 16th, 2025. This is posted. Sally Struthers says she was once fat shamed by Betty White. During a conversation on the podcast, Let's Talk About That with Larry Saperstein and Jacob Elordi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, Jacob Elordi, but I tried. Actress Sally Struthers shared an experience she said she had years ago with White, who died in 2021 at the age of 99. The All in the Family star acknowledged how cherished White had been during her life, with Struthers saying people loved so much. They signed petitions to get her to guest host Saturday Night Live, Struthers said. I know all that. I didn't have such a great experience with her. Struthers described White as a very passive aggressive woman. She went on to recount a story about visiting White's home to work on a new game show, and White asked her housekeeper to bring them a bite to eat. Struthers said a plate of cookies was brought out and set before people gathered at a table. So I reached for a cookie, and she said in front of everyone, "Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you, dear. You don't need a cookie," Struthers recalled. The host of the podcast reacted with surprise. Totally fat shamed me in front of the rest of the people in the room, Struthers added. And I thought, gosh, that's not nice. She had kinder things to say about White's Golden Girls star, B. Arthur. Then she goes on to talk about B. Arthur. And then they mentioned that Arthur died of cancer. Who cares? Not who cares, because she was a human being. But
But
like,
this is not applicable to what we're talking about right
no.
now.
So I don't know why the CNN article needed to talk about that.
Because they needed more content for the
It
article.
was like 200. It was very few words.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is actually crazy.
That's cuckoo bananas.
Yeah. I I mean, slay.
I mean,
Not
I
slay.
heard stories. Wouldn't like SNL people would talk about like Betty White, like she would host SNL and then she'd be at the after party, like 98 years old, like with like a vodka and a hot dog. Like, what would I not that I don't Betty White, I wouldn't say is like traditionally fat, but like, right? I'm like, I haven't feel like yeah.
No,
But
she was
like,
small. She was slight
yeah.
of frame, I fear.
But like, why? Why would you say that to someone?
Because she came from a time where that shit was okay to say, and I fear she never got with the times, I guess. I mean, that's the only logical thing to me. Or she just was a bad person.
Yeah. Betty White. I mean, you don't want to believe, I don't want to like code switch and like think that Betty was a bad person.
No, because we all love Betty.
We all love Betty, right? Even though I love Betty, I don't know if I've ever actually seen her in anything.
Oh.
What was she actually? I never watched The Golden Girls.
Yeah, I mean, The Golden Girls is great, if I'm
They're
honest.
they're hot in Cleveland. I never watched.
Right, yeah.
What else was she in? She was like a game show queen.
Yeah, yeah, she did a lot of game shows, I feel like in the 70s and stuff. Like, she,
Yeah.
like, Circle Gets the Square or whatever.
Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares, yeah.
I loved Hollywood
Me
Squares. I
too!
loved Hollywood
Circle Gets the
Squares.
Square!
Oh my God. And
Loved it.
if for anyone who doesn't know Hollywood Squares, just YouTube Paul Lind, Hollywood Squares.
Yes.
Oh, he's
Paul
so
Lind.
funny.
So funny in Hollywood Squares. Paul Lind was also on I think Paul Lind was also on. Here's the thing, guys. My brain has rotted. I cannot remember the real name of this game. All I can think of is Snatch Game, which is the
Match Game.
yeah, it's the RuPaul's Drag Race version of it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Paul Lind did Match Game as well.
Game 2, did he? I loved Match Game growing up. It was like when I was like ill in like the fourth grade and I would be home, I would be like putting on Game Show Network at 10 a.m.
Yes,
And
me too.
I love Brett Summers. I love Charles
Yes.
Nelson Riley.
Yes, Charles Nelson Riley.
I was like here for that. They were so,
Mm.
but like I'm 10 years old and I don't realize they're like smoking the whole time.
Yeah.
Everything's sexual innuendo. I just think they're like a gas.
Yeah, so much fun.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Ethel Merman was on some of those
Oh my
episodes.
god, yes.
Oh my God. But Sally Struthers, Betty White, I don't know what else there is to say. It was kind of just on our list of things that we were going to talk about at some point.
Yeah, I mean there is nothing else to say about that.
No, I
But
support Sally Struthers. Don't
no, of
fat shame
course.
people you know or don't
No.
know. Don't fat shame anyone.
Don't fat shame people. It's not nice.
It's not nice.
And Sally Struthers is a very talented lady.
She's very talented. She's very funny.
Did you know that she talks normal in real life? The like raspy, you gotta give it a little something, sugar, on Gilmore Girls is not her real voice. That was
No.
mhm.
This is now a Sally Struthers fan podcast.
She like is totally normal and she's got a great voice. I want to try to think of the show that
I'm gonna
I know
Google
someone
search
who
her.
did I think I want to say it was Hello Dolly or something like that. And she was
Hello,
Dolly. It was like in
Dolly.
Florida. It was in
It
like
was,
Florida in like the 2010s.
oh my God. Oh, she's actually known for All in the Family. That's what the internet is saying. But for which she won 2 Emmy Awards. Well, we're from the 90s, so we didn't know that.
Oops.
Um, Babette on Gilmore Girls. She was Pebbles Flintstone on the Pebbles and Bam Bam show.
No way.
Yeah. I loved the
My voice
Flintstones.
acting queen.
Wow. Sally Struthers. Let's look at the stage. So she was the 50th anniversary tour of Hello Dolly. Let's see. She did on Broadway. She was in Wally's Cafe. I've never heard of that.
Me
She was
neither.
Florence in The Odd Couple. That was the female version? She was in the female version of The Odd Couple with
Uh-huh.
it was her and Rita Moreno.
That's iconic.
That's so iconic. Oh my gosh. And Tony Shalhoub was in that on his Broadway debut. And apparently Sally Struthers said that Rita Moreno was very difficult to work with. I'm literally just reading this from Wikipedia. This is journalism, guys.
I love this. I'm so enrolled in this. Oh my
She
god.
was Miss Lynch for 4 years in the Broadway revival of Grease, the one that had Rosie O'Donnell, Brooke
Yeah, the
Shields.
90s one.
Yeah. Oh my God. Miss Lynch. Okay, I have a Miss Lynch story.
Okay.
I have a very good friend of mine who is a very successful assistant costume designer, wardrobe supervisor in New York, and I don't want to say her name because I didn't get permission, but she is amazing and lovely and has very kindly and often brought me to many openings at her off-Broadway shows, and we go to the parties and I see the famous people and it's so fun. And one of her plays about a year and a half ago that she took me to, the Miss Lynch from the 2000 and whatever revival, 2007, 2008, Lindsay Mendez, Max Crum, Laura Osnes, she's canceled. The She was in the play and I literally was so drunk and I was like, oh my God, I just met Miss Lynch from the most recent Broadway revival of Grease because I had just played Eugene
Yeah,
and
that's
Lauren had just
major.
played Marty.
Yeah, I did. I
We did
did play
Grease.
Marty.
We did Grease together.
We did.
Yeah. But she was Miss Hannigan in the 20th anniversary national tour of Annie. She was the Mother Superior in the 25th anniversary tour of Nonsense. She was Dolly Levi, yes, as we said, and then she was Frau Blucher, the Winnie, right? Doesn't the horse whinny every time someone says Frau Blucher in the movie?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
I said I don't know.
I
I
know.
don't know.
I know.
I don't
I
know.
know. Sorry. In the La Mirada theater production of Young Frankenstein.
Hmm.
Young
I'm gonna tell
Frankenstein.
you, I saw the movie Young Frankenstein once in my whole life. So
Me too. But I'm pretty sure they whinnied about it. And then I know Sutton Foster was in the musical and she was the yodeling Inga, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
That's Sally. I mean, I'm not gonna like read her whole Wikipedia page, but like Sally Struthers has had a storied career.
Yeah. I would
And
be
like
so lucky to be as iconic as Sally Struthers.
we all would be.
Yeah.
Been a regular since the early 2000s at the Ogunquit Playhouse. That's what
Mm-hmm.
her Wikipedia says.
Yes, correct.
Is that where your friends worked with her?
No, well,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure one of the people worked with her in Florida, but I do also think another person worked with her at Ogunquit.
so cool.
Yeah,
Sally Struthers, like I said, this is now a Sally Struthers fan podcast.
get into it, sis.
Sally Struthers. Stars Hollow was what an idyllic place.
Oh, I know. Well, it just goes to show, like, for those who don't know, Amy Sherman Palladino, who created Gilmore Girls, is a big musical theater fan. She actually was the person who did the revisions for the revival of Once Upon a Mattress.
Starring
So,
Sutton Foster, who was
correct.
in the Gilmore Girls Year in Life. Okay.
Yes, because Sutton Foster also starred in the short-lived series
Fun.
Bunheads that was
It's on my
also created
list.
by Amy Sherman Palladino. So Amy Sherman Palladino loves a musical theater person. So if you
She
think about
does.
Gilmore Girls, Kelly Bishop, iconic original cast member of Chorus Line, Tony Winner,
Sheila.
Sheila.
Daddy always said that he married beneath him. That's what he said. That's what he said.
That's what he said. Got Sally Struthers. You've got excuse me. You've got oh Jesus, what's her real name?
What are you talking about?
Patty.
Oh, I don't know Miss Patty's real name.
Oh
Who
my
knows Pat?
god.
I'm gonna Google
I
search it
usually
right
do.
now.
Yeah, I usually do. But she also was a
Liz
chorus girl.
Torres.
Yeah, Liz Torres came up chorus girl, like, was, on the Broadway scene the same time as Kelly Bishop vibes. Edward Herman also was on Broadway and won a Tony the same year Kelly Bishop won her Tony.
And they have a picture together.
There are
Oh yeah,
pictures
sorry.
next to each other. Yeah, there's pictures next to them as like all Tony winners, like holding their Tonys.
Is that
Um,
precious?
it's amazing. The way that there is like so many incredibly, insanely like talented like theater performers in Gilmore Girls that the general public would not know is like a testament to Amy's love for theater and her knowledge that theater performers are incredible
Real
artists. Yeah,
They're the best.
Mhm.
Well, even the little like plot line that literal not the plot line, but the character arc that little blonde boy who went to Chilton, where they were like, we're gonna welcome back this boy because he just played Jack in the Broadway revival of Into the Woods. He literally did that in real life.
Yeah, that
boy.
was like literally real life. Like he had booked the job and did a couple episodes of Gilmore Girls and then was literally like booked the Into the Woods revival on Broadway as Jack, went and did that. After that closed, they brought him back on the show and they wrote it
Two
in.
Gilmore Girls. And if you watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, if you watch Etoile, which was just canceled, like it's all like, oh my God, like can't even Jackie Hoffman, Gideon Glick, who else? Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Nina Arianda, right? Isn't that her name?
Don't know.
No, isn't I love her. She was in Nina, she was in yeah, Nina Arianda, who was in Venus and Fur. Yeah, she won the Tony Award for Venus and Fur. She was in both of those. She was in Miss Maisel and Detroit. She just played, I think she played oh my God, Vivian Vance, right? Wasn't she Vivian Vance in the no, she wasn't. Or maybe she was. I'm looking right now. Yes, she was Vivian Vance in the I Love Lucy movie, in the Ricky Ricardo Lucille Ball
Yeah.
movie.
You
I
know I
love
didn't
her.
see that.
No, I totally saw it. I love Nina Arianda. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head who in Maisel was and Etoile was Jonathan Groff was in Etoile.
Um I mean, like, yeah, Maisel, I feel like it wasn't as like stacked with like
There.
Broadway
Tony
people.
Shalhoub.
I was gonna say Tony Shalhoub, but like Tony
Yeah.
Shalhoub was Monk
That's
to, you know.
true. I'm trying to think. Was Michael Zegan? I mean, I saw him in his off-Broadway play, but he hasn't done Broadway, has he?
Michael Zegan played the husband, her husband, right? The
Yeah.
blonde guy. He's hot.
He's not blonde. In Maisel, he wasn't
Yeah.
blonde. No,
Or
he's
whatever. I don't know.
brown
I
hair.
thought he was blonde. But anyway,
Well,
her
Zachary
husband.
Levi. Oh,
Well,
sorry.
Zachary Levi. Well,
Oh, yeah. We don't. I don't agree
I don't
with
know if
him.
we. Yeah, we can get into that.
Yeah,
But
we're not. Love you, Laura
yes,
Benanti.
Queen. We stand you.
We
Uh,
love you, Laura Benanti.
love
I
you.
loved your solo show.
Oh my god, I wish I had saw it. Um, yeah, no, but yeah, the guy that she's married to and has the kids with, and then they,
Oh yeah, that's Michael Zegan. He's not
yeah,
blonde. He
okay,
is like
well,
that. Like he is like a mole. Like
yeah, but he's
yeah.
hot.
He just got married to someone who was like also kind of. Who did he just get married to? Oh, Jen Damiano. He just got married to, who is the original Natalie in Next to Normal.
Oh, okay, I know who
She's
that is.
34. He's 46.
Good for her. Wow, she
Um,
and I are the same age,
and you're not married to Michael Zegan?
and I've also was not the original Natalie in Next to Normal either.
No, but you could have been.
Okay, but that means she was so young in that show. Do you understand?
Yeah.
She was in high school
Yeah.
because
Well,
I was in high school when that show came out.
well, so was like all these people. Like, wasn't Aaron Tveit like that? No, wait, he's like 40, right?
He's
How
older
old
than
is-
me.
He's
So
older,
he was probably, I would say he was in his, he had to be in his early 20s when he did that.
probably. But
But like,
all the Spring Awakening kids were like
oh,
children.
they were children. Yeah. I
Like,
just am like, but I just had no concept that the original Natalie in not sorry, in Next to Normal was literally my age.
mm.
As I was like in high school, like singing Superboy and the Invisible Girl in my room.
Superboy and the Invisible Girl.
Son of steel, daughter of air. Now that we're on Next to Normal, can we
Yeah.
talk about how I still haven't not watched it. I don't know if it's gone now, but what I do have seen of the London production, the West End production,
Oh,
is
with
fantastic.
Casey Levy.
Mhm.
Didn't they record it somewhere? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
for
saying?
PBS. Yeah, I just don't know PBS great performances or whatever. I just don't know if it was only on their limited time. I haven't watched it, but
Yeah,
their
can't click watch
Olivier
full episode.
performance was unreal. Jack Wolf played Gabe.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Didn't know who he was either until I heard him sing, and I said, "I'm changed for good."
Oh my God. Okay, Wicked. Okay, Rosie O'Donnell seeing Cynthia Nixon in Times Square in the season premiere of And Just Like That.
Correct. So, yeah, and it was just not that like I care, but people are freaking about it. It's just announcing this Jack is going to be making his Broadway debut as Orpheus in Hadestown
Oh.
now. But yeah, he kind of looks like Jack Wolf kind of gives like never ate, he's like looks like a little Victorian boy who's never gonna age.
Oh my God. His face is triangular.
Yeah. He looks like a little Victorian boy, but his voice is actually insane. I don't know if there is a version of I'm Alive that I enjoy more than his version. Sorry, Aaron.
That's high praise.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It just was
I bet Aaron Tveit's not listening to our podcast.
no. There's no world in which he is.
No world.
And he never will. But it's just so lovely. And I highly recommend anyone out there give it a listen. Give it a
Get a little
listen.
taste. It only takes
Also,
a taste.
the clip. Oh my God, there's a clip from at the end of the show when oh, what the hell are they singing at that point? With the dad and Gabe, and he like finally admits to like seeing him.
Seeing him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know the moment you're talking about. I just can't remember the song.
That it was so so powerful. The clip of that of the production, it was so powerful. Oh my God.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. Well, Sally Struthers turned into musical theater corner, but that
Sally
is
Struthers. And in this week's fireside chat with
with who?
with
With us?
I was gonna do like an FTR fireside chat thing,
Oh,
but then I
sure.
didn't know what he said, so I stopped
Right,
talking.
because we weren't alive then.
We weren't alive. And if we were, we'd be old. And we
Yeah.
probably wouldn't know how to do a podcast.
No. Well, shouts out to Edward Herman since he played FDR in
The
the Annie
Annie
movie.
movie, the first one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Not the second one with
No, the original one.
I like the oh my god, I have to I'm so sorry. I love Carol Burnett and I love Tim Curry and I love Bernadette Peters. And I think they were the highlight of the first Annie movie, but I like the second one better because it's more true to the musical.
A lot of people say that this 90s one that I truly never saw ever was everyone said that one is the best one, and that's with Audra, and that's with Christian Chenoweth, and that's
Victor Garber,
Victor Garber,
Alan Cumming,
Alan
Kathy
Cumming,
Bates,
Kathy Bates. Yeah.
fucking the unsinkable fucking Molly Brown's in it.
Yeah, I mean it's a stacked cast, so I get it. But I just
Yeah.
grew up on the original Life here, so
Lelaine from Lizzie McGuire.
yep, that's who I'm thinking of first in that cast.
There's YouTube footage of me as Rooster Hannigan at age 15 on the internet if anyone wants to find it. It's not a secret, you can find it.
I love
And
that.
my Lily St. Regis, who is now a public figure, so I could say her name if I wanted to. Should I say her name?
I'll leave
She's a
that up to
public
you.
figure. She's a public figure. She goes by the name of Carousel Snow now. She's been on like a million like dating things. She was the
Reality shows, dating
yeah,
reality
she
shows.
was the she was the panda on Sexy Beasts. She was on Are You the One?
Hmm.
She's like is a public figure now. She was on the oh my god, I watched it because what was the one where you like came in and they like matched you and she got like engaged, I think, to Joey Sasso, and then they like were unengaged. But I
Yeah.
watched that
This
because
what? Well, Joey Sasso was on The Circle, right?
yes, but it was like the
It's
one
not
where
the
it was people from other shows
Yes.
went on this show.
Yes, yes, and there. Yes, yes, yes. What was that called?
I don't know.
Don't
And
know.
she was my Lily St. Regis. And the last time I saw her was, I think I just graduated college and I was driving down the shore and I was at the Colonia rest stop on the Garden State Parkway going south. And I'm literally like, got out of my car to, I don't know, maybe use the bathroom. I don't know. But somehow I got out of my car and there she is, Kelly, who goes by Carousel now. And she literally was like, Mikey. And I was like, and I know her. And if you are my Facebook friend, I have a Facebook profile picture from Annie with her and I have her phone number. That's so crazy that I
Humble
said that.
brag. Yeah.
Humble brag, but like every time, but like I have friends from my adult life who like love Are You the One and Sexy Beasts and whatever this other show she was on is, and I can't remember. They have to like choose who to put on dates. You know what I mean, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
just
can't
don't
remember
remember
what
what
it's
it was called.
called. And I have friends from my adult life who have known me over 10 years who, when they find out that I know Carousel and like I know like we were friends, we would hang out one on one like throughout high school, like
Yeah.
all the like a lot. People are like, oh my God, I cannot believe you know her. And I'm like, yeah, she's literally just like Kelly, who lived like 5 minutes away from me to me. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, like I know the fam, like I know her older sister,
Yeah.
um, like who is a very successful actress, very successful theater actress, her older sister. But that's my rant. How did I get here?
It's I don't know, Mikey. It has gone off the rails though, but
How did we get to
that
that?
this is I think we ask each other that every time.
No, I know, but I
How
literally
did we get
cannot
here?
remember what we were just talking about. I cannot remember.
Oh, we were talking about Annie.
We were talking about Annie because she was my Lily St. Regis and I was
Yeah.
Rooster Hannigan.
Yeah. Right.
I remember the way our sainted mother
Well, and
would
I was Lily St. Regis once upon a time.
You were Lily St. Regis, the Wolford House Dinner Theater in Wytheville, Virginia. Is it 170 Malin Drive?
Yeah, Malin Drive. Yeah.
Malin Drive? Why do I know that address?
I don't know.
So
That's
if you want to send them mail, that's where they are.
yeah, we're not there anymore though.
We're neither of us is at the Wolford House Dinner Theater. We know
No.
many people who are there right now,
And
and
we have been there in the past, but
we
we are
have been there in the
not there.
past.
We are not there anymore.
I spent 6 months of my life in Wytheville, Virginia. Lauren spent many years of her life in Wytheville, Virginia.
Yeah, five straight, and then um,
Um,
3 years I would gig in for like 3 to 6 months out of the year. So
yeah.
yeah,
So this went off the rails.
off the rails. There
Sally Struthers.
yeah,
Sorry.
so Sally, hey girl,
We
we
love
love
you.
you. Um
We love you, Sally. We're so
and
sweet to you.
if you are still listening to this podcast and you got through all of that and we didn't cut anything and we kept all that in,
I don't think
it
we're cutting it because I'm about to edit it immediately and I don't feel like cutting anything.
great. So I hope you enjoyed that actual mental stream of consciousness conversation we just had.
Woo! I hope you love a yappy podcast because that's literally what we are.
That's what we are. I fear we like to say things, we talk about specific things and we touch on them, but it's never going to be the only things we talk about, I fear.
No, because conversations are nonlinear. And that's the beautiful thing about the human experience is that if you shouldn't just be forced to talk about the same thing. We do a lot of circling back though. We try to put pins
Right.
and things.
Pins and things.
It's like
Yeah.
the linen. Remember linens and things, or do you not? Did that was that?
Yeah. What is that? What is
I was
that?
talking to someone about linens and things. I was talking to my cousin
It's
about
like a
linens and things
store,
yesterday. It was like
right?
a Bed Bath and Beyond, but like
Yeah.
they didn't send you as many coupons in the mail.
Right.
And like I was talking about linens and things with one of my cousins at a family barbecue yesterday. I was like, remember linens and things? And I don't know why we were talking about linens and things.
But hey, fun to remember it.
It's fun to remember. Should we like wrap up?
Yes.
Okay. Remember the takeaway from this podcast, this episode today is men don't be assholes.
And that's coming from a man, but I second it.
It's coming from a man. I feel like so much of this podcast, I was like, I am a straight white man.
Well, you really just hammered it home
I
that
really hammered it home.
you
Sorry.
can be a good person if it, it.
Well, some people would not say I'm a good person, but the values that I espouse, I would hope are good.
I simply don't know who wouldn't think you were a good person,
I
but
know
okay.
I have a lot of enemies actually. And like sometimes I fear I accidentally am making them like all the time.
I think you're just paranoid
I
about
also
that.
don't suffer fools. So like,
Correct. I don't either.
yeah, you don't either. So like it's like the stupid people like think that they're right and then they turn you into an enemy because they're the stupid ones. You meaning you all, the royal
Sure.
you.
Yes.
Maybe I should cut this part of the episode. I probably won't.
Okay, but we gotta go.
We gotta go. We gotta
We
go.
can't be here anymore.
We can't do this.
I still have a few hours left on my birthday. I gotta go do
No,
something.
I gotta go. All right. Peace and bless.
Peace and bless. Please follow us at Friends Who Could Do Both on Instagram. If you have anything you want to any topics you want us to talk about, DM us or email us at friendswho do both at gmail.com. Also, please rate us.
Rate us.
If you're on Apple Podcasts, a 5-star review will go a long way for us.
Oh my God, it's like we're Uber drivers.
I know. I fear we have to do this though, because then we
Please
might.
rate us.
Please rate us.
I think we found our groove.
Well, we're getting there.
We're getting there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one day we won't just completely go off the rails, but
I
maybe
kind of
that's
like
the
it.
fun
That's
of
our
it.
appeal.
Yeah. So, but yeah, please support us any way you can. If you enjoy this podcast, share it with a friend.
Share it with an enemy
Yeah,
also.
share it with an enemy. Share it
Because
with
God knows
an
I have them.
share it with an idiot who thinks that they are lonely and won't do
Yeah.
anything about it. So,
Share it with all your lonely men.
yeah. I'm sure they'll love it.
Oh,
Thank you
I
for
hope so.
listening. We love you all. Thank you for being here.
Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses, peace and bless, as Mikey would say. And we will talk to you all next week.
CTYL.